Right, so humans are a fascinating species with a broad spectrum of differences. But every now and then you come across something that you couldn't have conjured even if you sniffed a kilogram of psychedelics off the belly of a hippie. And today is one of those days, because in this video, we're looking at a pair of polyamorous vampires on Love Don't Judge. So let's just jump straight into it.
Being a vampire isn't something that you can just choose. It is something you are born with.
My name is Logan South, and I am the king of the Vampire Court of Austin.
Okay, I'm already a little bit worried that there's going to be a lot of delusion here. If they were just like, oh, we enjoy cosplaying as vampires, I wouldn't mind it too much. But the fact that he thinks he was born one, red flag off the rip.
My name is Daley South, and I am the queen of the Vampire Court of Austin.
We are specialized wedding planners.
And we also happen to be vampires. Today, our good friends and court members, Roxanne and Ian, are actually tying the knot.
No way. They're wedding planners. Who wants to let vampires plan their weddings? I mean, it must be a lot of people if it's their full-time jobs. Although wouldn't all the wedding food be really bland because there'd be no garlic in it?
Hilarious.
I've been waiting a long time to spend the rest of my life with this guy.
Oh, yes!
This is definitely the most last-minute wedding that we've ever done.
When the stakes are so high, it's really important that you don't crumble under pressure.
Oh, these guys are going to be weird. They are really into it. I mean, I'm not particularly surprised. I mean, polyamorous vampires, I was expecting them to be weird, but this is like their whole life. Like sometimes we'll watch a video where someone's a furry and stuff and they go to a convention every now and then, or like they go to a Saturday night party with other furries. But like this is every hour of their waking day. It's their work and their friends.
First time I ever met Daley, I had an immediate connection with her.
We went on a date. We were sitting at the table, and he reached out and he touched my hand, and it was like this electricity. And we've now been married for 3 years.
I don't know whether this is because I really liked Twilight for some reason growing up, but those photos look kind of hard to me. They were so cool I'm evidently flustered, I can barely get my words out. Maybe by the end of this video I'll have a thing for vampires. You never know what you're going to cover about yourself watching these kind of videos.
The Vampire Court of Austin is basically the vampire town hall for all of the vampires within the communities and territories of Austin.
We started in 2012. He was already running a couple of smaller scale vampire events just to kind of bring the community together.
Wait, there are already multiple communities of vampires in Austin, Texas. There must be absolutely loads of them across the whole of the US. This is why I love videos like this. If I hadn't watched this, you would just never know. And with that, there's probably some stat like you're always within a 1 mile radius of a vampire.
And people saw what we were doing, and pretty soon people were coming to us saying, can you do weddings?
Can you do weddings? So people are fully falling in love with other vampires. I wonder if this is going to be the same as furries as well, where like everyone who does it is just inexplicably rich.
We really wanted Logan and Daley to organize this wedding because if anyone knows us better than even our own family, it would be those two.
Hello, darling. So of course, come in, please. So it's really important to us that this wedding goes off without a hitch.
To be fair, actually, it's not hugely surprising. Like, you can tell from looking at them that they're vampires. Like, these are the type of people you'd walk past in the street and just be like, yeah, they could be into this kind of thing. Not in like a bad, judgy way at all. Like, they just have that kind of vibe.
I'm just really freaking out about getting there on time, having time to set up, and getting all this done and over with in 3 hours. Jen! Come here. We have a live-in assistant named Jennifer. She has been with us for 4.5, almost 5 years, I think now.
A live-in assistant. They must be absolutely raking it in. This is the kind of thing that schools don't tell you about. They tell you to get all these good grades so you can get a good job as like a doctor or a lawyer, as an accountant or something. And then you grow up and you just constantly hear about all of these like weird niche jobs that have no academic requirements whatsoever. And the people doing them are always minted. Not that that takes anything away from them though. I mean, they found their niche, they made it their own, and they're making good money. Fair play to them.
Being an assistant to Logan and Daley is fantastic. I love them so much.
She helps us with pretty much everything, day-to-day tasks. Obviously, I'm not going to be too picky because it's so last minute.
This looks like a mostly cloth.
She's definitely a vampire as well, isn't she?
Working with Logan on these events is absolutely amazing, but sometimes he's a little too laid back with the events.
I'm also officiating the wedding tonight, so I'll tack that on to the other 100 things that I've got to do.
He speaks like an anime character as well, just like so many of the furries do.
Hail it out, make yourself look a little more undead than usual.
A vampire is someone that, for one reason or another, needs to take in human energy in the form of blood or psychic energy to keep themselves healthy.
I mean, that's a really big difference. Are they sitting around in a circle, like meditating, or are they sucking each other's blood? Like, those two entry requirements are very different. Surely they're not just sucking each other's blood out their necks like vampires do, right?
I drink human blood from a donor once a month. I do it because I have to. The majority of vampires commonly awaken during puberty. I remember sitting in my English class, and I started to feel this intense thirst.
Once a month. And how much did you drink? Like a shot glass or a pint of it? I guess there's one donor, so it can't be that much. I hope they have them screened as well. Otherwise, that is so dangerous. Like, surely they just haven't got a random person, like a random donor coming around, like opening up their wrists and being like, suck away. I thought they'd be like, oh, you know, you watch Twilight, you read the books, you watch Vampire Diaries or something, and you're like, yeah, this is a bit of me. Obviously, as you're going through puberty, you might start liking that kind of stuff. You start to realize deep down whether you're Team Edward or Team Jacob. But I didn't think it was going to be anything to do with the urge to suck blood.
I ran to the first water fountain I could find, and I just started gulping down water. I didn't feel any less thirsty. And at that point, you know, I happened to run into one of my friends in the hallway that had been helping me through my awakening. And they said, oh, this is what you're experiencing. Let's go find your donor. So we found my friend, and they pulled out a lancet, and I drank from them, and it was immediately gone.
That is absolutely nuts. You cannot be running around school just drinking your mate's blood. Also, her friend already had her on a path to becoming a vampire. That is an obvious period in your life where you're going to be susceptible to new ideas. You know, if she didn't have a friend who was already a vampire, and her mate had just got her a Lucozade or something, would she have felt the same? Would that have given her the fulfillment she needed? Did she just need some sugar and some electrolytes?
I don't like the way blood tastes. I find it inconvenient to have to do regularly. I'm someone that needs it, but I'm not a big fan of it.
What are you talking about? I guess given vampires don't actually exist, I'm sitting here going like, oh no, that's not what a vampire would be like. But the standard I'm holding her to is also fictional. But if she doesn't like doing it and she finds it inconvenient, how much does she actually need it?
For me, it was like a switch flipped on. And suddenly there was this kind of change in my perception of the world. There was this almost predatory instinct for the world around me.
Heightened all of my senses and sensations.
This is the kind of thing where, like, when you're in high school, you think it's like the coolest thing. Like, you wear those vampire fangs and blue contact lenses to Halloween and you're like, I look fucking sick. And then you grow up a few more years and you're like 19 and you look back and you go, oh, that was actually kind of a little bit cringe. But for these people, the cringe just never came. They just still think it looks great. And you know what? I kind of love that for them. Fair enough. I mean, the health concerns around blood sucking is still worrying me, but for the rest of it, if it's not hurting anyone, go for it. The part of me that still loves Twilight thinks that this is actually kind of cool. I'd be lying to myself if I didn't admit that.
Daley and I are definitely the perfect pair. She is the meticulous, nearly neurotic. I am the calm, logical one who maybe at times can be a little too flippant.
That's kind of nice that they're a bit of a yin-yang to each other. Like, the business probably wouldn't be as successful without her attention to detail, and he can be there to calm her down and get her to see a bit more rationally and logically if she's stressing out or overthinking things she doesn't need to be stressing about.
I'm not okay with that.
I think you're gonna live.
No, I'm not!
Or does he stress her out less? Being mildly condescending was not quite the support I had in mind.
The energies between the two of us, they come together and we're unstoppable.
I'm very nervous about the ceremony tonight, but I'm also extremely excited.
Could I, like, borrow them? Just the candles.
Oh, they don't come out very electric.
Oh, are they? Yeah. Do you have the rings, best man?
So Daley and I have always had a polyamorous relationship since we got together.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. I was like, is he just cheating on her at the wedding planning? Or has he just put one of the bridesmaids into the dining room and just started tonguing her?
We just had that conversation and we realized that that was what we wanted to do. We both felt this way. We felt there was room for more love in our lives.
So apparently I'm the maid of honor.
Fair enough, but that is so awkward. Like, oh, I don't know how people do. You know what? I'm not here to... It's love, don't judge. They're in love and it works for them. I don't really mind. That felt awkward. She walked in just as they were kissing on after. She's turning around. She doesn't really want to look. He looks sheepish. I hope this truly is something that they both actually want to do.
My girlfriend is named Mariluna Sombra. It was more than like physical attraction. There was like something pulling us together.
I am on the asexual spectrum, so I'm not a very sexual person, and I'm very specific about people that I date.
So he's got a wife and a girlfriend. Is it just them three, or can he get with anyone?
The closer it gets to the actual ceremony, which is like, what, in 20 minutes, I'm a little shaky, I'm a little nervous, but also the more excited I am.
And I'm just trying to keep myself from making an absolute fool of myself, which reflects on her and the extended vampire community. Oh, you got this, you got this, you got this.
Yeah, like, I can't lie, even without the fangs and stuff, if there was like a neighborhood epidemic and like, I don't know, kids were being found with like 2 fang bite marks in their neck, this would be the first guy I would suspect. He just looks like Count Dracula trying to be human.
Anything that goes wrong, you know, you never know if that's going to be something that just destroys their whole day.
We are prepared, but we are not yet starting.
That is a sick house, fair enough. Well, no, is it a house? Is that their like vampire town hall, did they say? Either way, lovely spot.
Ian he's just a very emotional person.
I've been waiting a long time to spend the rest of my life with this guy.
Oh, yes!
It's so cartoonish in such an interesting way. I wonder if they're like this all the time or just when they've got their costumes on. But it almost brings out like a theatrical character in them. The personality, it so reminds me, I know I keep saying it, but it reminds me so much of the furry videos. As in the videos that we react to of furries, not the furry videos I watch in my spare time. As in I don't watch furry videos in my spare time. Okay, I'm gonna hit play.
Witnessing the union of Roxanne and Ian. Like the circle, true love itself is infinite. With these rings exchanged, your bond is made finite. You may kiss your partner.
Your bond is made finite. So your bond will eventually come to an end and be broken. Does that make sense?
I couldn't be more thrilled with how everything came together.
I think the ceremony went absolutely amazing. I was actually extremely surprised by how smooth and how absolutely beautiful everything went.
Oh, he's smooching his girlfriend as well. Like, is there not like a time and a place? They're the only couple doing it. Everyone's gonna be in there like, oh, who put together this lovely wedding again? It was you two. The guy, and he's snogging the other girl again. And the wife's just watching like, yeah. But I guess it's their community. Like, their community will know all this, right? I mean, evidently they're not keeping it a secret, so everyone knows and the wife's on board with it. All right. I feel like so many of these videos on Love Don't Judge, you just have to go like, okay, this is very unusual, but if they're happy, I'm not going to judge. Literally the whole point of the show.
All things considered, I guess we pulled it off because we're just suckers for love.
I was waiting for the sucking pun. Ended up being a far more wholesome joke than I was expecting. But wow, what a weird insight into a community I just had no idea existed, especially on that scale. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please feel free to subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate it. Leave a like, let me know what I should react to next, and thanks for watching. Bye.